Live Friday night, it's FSB Racing Winston Cup Series, Rockingham, The Rock. And this is race number 5 of a 20 race season. And we got all kinds of storylines here. We got Ken Shea on the pole, and we also got the voice of FSB, Greg Bernardo. How's it going, Greg?
It's going good, Milty, with The Rock, or as the formal name, Milty, North Carolina Motor Speedway. Changed over to Rockingham Speedway, but we know it as The Rock, Milty, and it is The Rock. A little over a mile. It's very unique. The turns are all different, and big field, Milty. So we're going to see these drivers are going to be challenged to keep green flag racing going here.
24 cars. And it's the who's who, and no surprise to see Ken Shea on the pole.
No, Milty, we talked about him before we just went on the air. He's fast. He's a short track, just beyond compare. This is not a short track technically, Milty. It's 1.019 miles. But we know that Ken's not going to pay attention to that math. He's trying to drive this track just like he does those short tracks, and he's going to be very successful.
Well, here's the tale of the tape. Yeah, turns 1 and 2 are banked at 22 degrees. Turns 3 and 4 are banked at 25 degrees, and they are markedly different in apex. You can almost go flat out. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. You got to really get her woe down there and stay down low to the line there. It's definitely a one groove track, and 1 and 2 for sure.
And watching some happy hour as it winds down here, Milty. A little over a minute remaining, and you see our the big number 6 car there, Mark DeSenza, and you know, Mark is a consummate professional, Milty. Super speedways, yeah, he has plenty of wins there. Speedways, countless wins and championships, and now these shorter tracks, we're going to see his more, we'll say it, car handling skills here. But as you can see, he's at the top of the chart here in happy hour, so he feels very comfortable no matter what kind of track you put him on.
Then you got second qualifier is Sean Reeb, and he was debating whether or not he was going to be an in-car reporter, but I think he wants to focus on the race now that his teammates showed up. Him and Mr. Bond are going to be working together.
Yeah, and that's, you know, there's some points implications here for Sean, I believe, too. So he wants to, you know, put his best foot forward, and I applaud that. Great qualification. He's going to be very happy with that. This is a track, I think, Milty, you know, starting from the back here is going to have its risks. Number one, there may be some caution, so it's going to be difficult for you to make some, you know, long-term gains. And then number two, because there's going to be a lot of cautions, you might be in them. So Slim Jim, Webb, Mark DeSenza, Ken Hansen, F. Jerry's back there in the 19th spot, Milty, 18th spot. So those guys are going to have to really be careful, keep the car clean, going to have to drive very defensively. Where the guys at the front, Ken Shea, Sean, and we see a second row of Bill Yarbrough, Scott McClendon, fresh off Milty, his first FSB truck win and his first FSB win. So Scott McClendon, the 51 car here, maybe someone we'll keep our eye on, Milty. Newcomers we don't know much about background-wise, but we know what he did on the track. He just beat that 62 truck last night, and Sean's just been dominating the FSB truck series, and now Scott showed up and grabbed the win from him. So that's certainly something to notice there for the 51 car there. So we'll keep an eye on him. Pops, another guy, Milty, good qualification in 6th position. Pops is another shorter track specialist, we'll call him, but you know, he was looking good in warm-up as well. So we'll keep an eye on Pops there too.
A nice top 10 qualifying for John the Dog Palmer. He's had some bad luck here this season.
Yeah,
You know, he definitely wants to get a top 10 tonight.
yeah, and he's gonna be starting right next to Double O. As we get the command to start engines, and we're about to fire this thing off, Milty.
You expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to win.
And me and poor English there, Milty. Mr. Bond and I had a great super speedway run this Tuesday. This past Tuesday, Mr. Bond taking the checkers. I was fortunate to finish second, right behind
How
him.
about that? Great job, man.
Yeah,
Your
less
luck
than a-
is definitely
less than a-
changing.
Less than a tenth of a second there.
And you got a top
yeah.
5 in GTP last night, which you were
Yeah,
in
and
P3
somehow,
for a while.
yeah,
you know?
somehow fell into a top 5 in GTP. I guess might have only been 4 cars on the track, but we'll not go into that part of it. But this is a quick one, Milty. This is a quick one. Pace car's already off. Ken Shea on the pole, Sean on the outside. And here we go. And how many laps here, Milty? 158 punishing laps at the Rock.
2 by 2, that outside line.
Yeah,
is-
we'll watch this field stream out
it
here and
really
see
gets
how.
tight.
And everyone seems to have made it through 1 and 2 and down on the back onto the back stretch here at Rockingham Motor Speedway. I don't know what to call it. The Rock, Rockingham, North Carolina Motor Speedway.
Oh, 3 wide, and Mark DeSenza is moving up quick as he gets by T-Roy in the 17 there.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of quick single file racing, Milty, which is what is what you need to see here at the Rock until the cars, build up the tire pressures and everyone gets a feel for the track. It's good driving there by the whole field. Really single file, just a couple side by sides, as you said. Mark DeSenza aggressive from the back, and we talked about Mark with that back starting position. You got to be very careful. And we see cars around. It's the 18 car now. The 80 is also around. Doesn't look like Ed got into anything other than looped it, but the 18 car looked like he was hardened to the wall, Milton.
Bill Martino and Ed Finley, they both from the Great White North up there in New York and Boston.
And taking a look at that, Milty, it looked like he just got into the turn a little hot with the colder tires, as I was just saying. Not too much damage. Everyone seemed to avoid him. Ken Hansen doing a great job. He might need some new rubber. Might have flat spotted a tire or two there. But
That
everyone seemed to
91
get
car
by
looks
there.
Strong tonight, boy. Ugh. That's gonna be bad news for the Bears right there.
And
The Bumblebee is buzzing, dude.
and we go back up to the front of the field. I don't know if we'll see pit stops here or not. Very few laps. Ken Shea looking on his mirror. Oh! It Ken hit the cone there. We don't know if that's going to get him a black flag, Milty. Did he make a commitment or not?
I don't think that is part of this track, guys. Because the timing line doesn't start until the pit line.
To the wall? Okay, yeah.
So Ken Shea driving out the rearview mirror there, Milty. Looked like he thought everyone was coming in, so he decided to do the same. And then they pulled a snooker on him.
Jeff Hale really sold that. I thought for sure he was going in.
That's a wily veteran right there. You
Yeah,
know?
and let's bring in our third person here, Milty. We said we didn't know if he was going to be locked down in the team channel or not, but the 62 car, Sean Reed joining us, in-car reporter. Sean, the Rock, a few laps down already. How's it feel out there?
Car feels great. This is I think one of the best setups and best tracks we run on Friday night. I was glad to see that we got a good clean start for a little bit there. We've had some issues with cautions breeding cautions around here. But yeah, car's good. Field's obviously good. Ken Shea's flying around this place.
Yeah, Ken Shea looking good. Bill Yarbrough as well. These are the cream rises to the top on these shorter tracks, and usually at the top of that cream is Ken Shea, Bill Yarbrough. I think we're going to see a couple. Mark DeSenza is going to claw his way through this entire field if he has to, I'm sure. And there you are right there, Sean. Are you going to just try to log some laps, or are you going to see if you can push the issue at all here?
Well, this is one of my favorite tracks. I think I made my FSB Winston Cup Series debut here about this time last year, or the spring of last year, and finished 4th here right out of the gate, and haven't had much luck since. But no, I'm gonna get what I can here.
All right, well, there we have it. He's sitting in 4th there, Milty. A lot of good names ahead of him, so I'm sure they're going to have something to say about Sean trying to make his way through those top 3.
Well,
Oh, I have
I
the
want to
delusions of
know
grandeur.
is you got the Hot Wheels car there.
Yeah, it's a little Kyle
Did-
Petty action.
Did your mom ever use the Hot Wheel track to spank your butt? You know, when you were bad.
No, that would definitely hurt. Those suckers.
Yeah, well, mine did. But I deserved every bit of it.
Yeah, we
I
got
used to have great fun with the Hot Wheels tracks, and now my kids are playing with them too. So I went with the Hot Wheels theme for my secondary cars this season.
Yeah, it's looking good out there.
Thank you.
Almost have all the paints. We found, I guess, a little technical difficulty there with the 72 car, Isaac Johnson, that I guess we'll correct after this race. So he'll be in his paint for next race. And also, I believe we'll be able to persuade the 51 to get some spray paint out and hit that thing up, or maybe
His car is off.
the spray shack can help him out there as we get ready to go back green, lap 7. So a quick caution here. Let's see if with the single file start we can log some laps here. Ken Shea leads them off. 54 Bill Yarbrough, 29 Jeff Hale.
Well, you see those studs in the back. The reason why they're doing that is they're not convinced there's not going to be another wreck. They're going to lay back. They're not worried about track position.
And we see the 007 in 6th place, James Bond. No, that's not James Bond. That's Stan Jones. He's just driving like James Bond for real lately, Milty. The guy is just winning.
He's a new super speedway ace. Jeff Hale, better look out.
Yeah, he's winning across all the series, Milty. And, you know, you talked about that a lot, Milty.
I hear the whole boy.
Yeah, little
wheeling.
Little tiff there. Looked like Sean bounced off the outside wall. We'll hopefully think that there's little damage there, hopefully. But right side damage could lead to a push here, and that's obviously not a good feel for this track here. This can be a tire-eating track, so we'll see if this pace gets pushed. We may see some guys who are easier on the tires start moving to the front, and the guys who are a little abusive fade to the back. But Ken Shea, Milty, yeah, he's jumped out to about now what 0.6 of a second lead over Jeff Hale, Bill Yarbrough, and there's Dan Jones right there, right behind him, and then there's that 51 car of Scott McClendon.
This is a tough track, man. They just got to be fast. You got to bring it right up to that wall, come down to turn 2. Yeah, and that thing is unforgiving.
Yeah, and it looks like you also got to bring it right down to that yellow line too, Milty, as we see Ken Shea going in.
Taking a look, but he backs off there. He got his first FSB win last night in the trucks.
Yeah, as we go a little further back in the field, Milty, there we see the 17 car right behind Sean. That's T-Roy in that Fireball.
From Stockton, California.
Fireball whiskey. And a 43 car, Rick Bisconner. Again, Rick rejuvenated in this series with the switch to Warthog Racing, Milty. And Jeff Hale's really injected the Hogs here, and he's been running very well, especially in this series.
Hogs are getting angry.
We see there he is, running top 10 already here at the Rock, and right behind him Ryan Johnson rounding out the top 10. And again, this
pretty good gap between them and
yeah, and there's Isaac trying to chase Dad down with a little gap, and then here come the veterans, Milty, right behind the kid.
By the way, we do see the 72 car, so I see it. So I guess you don't have it, but I see Isaac's car. That's true.
Yeah, and we see that Jeff Hale has put himself into the lead here over Ken Shea. So Ken may trying to see that maybe some green flag laps are going to happen here, and you got to conserve a little here, don't you, Milty?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got to. I mean, this thing is tore up from the floor up. hard on tires, and Jim Christopher there in the 40 doing well, another new guy, and he's solid in P15. The field is really spread out right now, so what you're referring to tire wear, that's exactly, these guys are on trying to keep certain paces and see how it works out, because you can draft is not so important here.
Yeah, I would say I would agree with you there, Milty. I think if you're gonna get a green flag run here, and you just run flat out from the start of the run, you're gonna be really hurting halfway
Shea
through that
loses
run.
the lead. Jeff Hale has done what he do, and that's go straight to the front. When he decides to go on cold tires, he is the best in this league at passing. We'll see if he can hold it up here
Yeah,
with the air on the nose, and the dogs are coming
and
here.
there we see Dan Jones getting to the inside Bill Yarbrough for that third position, Milty, and a nice pass by Mr. Bond, and 007 is just having a great stretch of races here, as I said, across all the series. And he's solidly in third, and he's going to be banging on the bumper of Ken Shea here in a second. Bill Yarbrough back to fourth. Pop's now up to fifth, Milty, and we talked about Pops earlier. And it looks like he wants to get onto the inside of Bill Yarbrough and take that position away. Maybe
Love
Bill,
to see him in
maybe
the
Bill
podium.
trying to take a little easy on that equipment again. If we stay green here, if you're abusive early, you're going to really pay. There's our top five. Now there's a gap back to Sean there in sixth. And we see it's about a second gap. And then T-Roy, Rick Bisconner, seventh and eighth. And there's a great battle for 10th place going on there between Isaac, the 51, and Slim and Mark DeSenza. Oh, and the 51 loops it.
Oh, I needed
and
that.
Ken is also, and a hard hit to the 83 and the 88 get caught up in that.
Oh,
Ooh,
Joe
I didn't hear
Cut.
that.
And definitely a caution out. The 51 really beat up hard. Just looped it, Milty. And here comes
That's
the leaders.
We saw in practice, guys were really, of course, they were pushing the edge, but
Yeah,
and everybody's backed it up. But it shows you how gnarly turn two is, man.
And the 83 car there, Milty, looking rough.
The defending champion is on fire. Come on, Steve. I know it's real hot there in Arizona, but
He
it's
doesn't
pretty hot
realize
in
it.
that car,
Yeah,
no.
he's used
I
to.
think he's asphyxiated a little bit with some carbon monoxide as Joe Cut goes by, and he ain't looking so good either.
Yeah, Joe Cut also
Leader's
involved
pit.
in that, and
Coming
also
down pit
the
road.
our admin Milty was also looked like spun. Maybe he saw the stuff going on in front and locked it up, and he also spun into 23. Gets a little out of shape coming down pit lane there. You gotta be careful there. You don't want to get a speeding penalty. And
Coming down pit road, Jeff Hale brings him in. Second, going around him is the 91 on that first pit stall. This is a huge advantage for him. If he nails. Oh, and he misses the stall. He goes backwards, and that's going to hurt him.
Well, let's see what happens.
Really
here.
hard to pit on a corner here. They come out.
Jeff Hale
They're
out.
too wide coming out. Mark DeSenza scrapes the wall a little bit.
And the 007 is going to come out second. And then Bill
Nice.
Yarbrough.
This is a track you can
And
make
Ken-
track position on these pit stops.
And
Because
Ken
it's so
Shea.
hard to nail your spot.
So a mistake by Ken Shea, Milty, and that puts him back to fourth position. He had a drag race off there with Isaac, and I think Ken just edged him here at lap 23 of 158.
Well, this is one of those tracks, like all these races, you have to be mistake-free. And we'll have to see how sort this out. Mark DeSenza looked good coming out, get some track position, but then he got really close to the wall. I don't know if he hit it.
There we see the 51 Milty. He took a big hit from the 83 car, and you can see the back end suffering from that hit.
Well, that's going to be one on him. So, but he obviously, I think he's racing for points here, and so looks like he's going to try to make it. That thing's going to be looser than a goose,
Yeah,
man.
looks like a couple guys stayed out. The 18 who spun earlier, but didn't look like took any damage. So still probably has a good go. Looked like he just stood out, tried to lead a lap there. Ken Hansen also stayed out. Now he'll be coming down pit lane. And
Some cool.
Ken Hansen's
We
another
got-
one, Milty, that really needs a finish.
Yeah, you know, he burst on the scene, and he's got so much experience and ran so well, and he's just had everything that could go wrong this season. And that racing's funny like that. I've been in those streaks. You know how good he is, and what he can do. He can win these races, and so you're just waiting for that for it to change. Then he could ring off 2 or 3 of them in a row.
And there we see the 78 car there, affectionately known as IF Jerry.
Gary Forkolb from Baltimore, Maryland.
And he's got that Baltimore Raven paint scheme. Not too bad looking.
Yeah, the Ravens didn't
Yeah.
exist in 1988.
Yeah, well, that's up for debate as we go.
Yeah,
As we
got
go green.
McClendon in a lap down here with a beat-up piece.
Yeah,
Needs
this
to
can
real
be,
careful here. Don't want to wipe out the leaders here, and he wants to get his lap back, but when you're beat up that bad, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
He's
he's got
racing hard.
Yeah, he comes
He's got a beat up
but-
rear end. He's got to watch for that to be loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, cold tires and
but he
no
is not
downforce.
giving
It could
it
be.
here.
And
Oh,
looked
he gets loose.
yeah, he got loose there, and looked like also maybe a little connection issue there. I don't know if it was.
Yeah, he's kind of jiggling and wiggling a little bit.
Yeah, as we see Jeff Hale is our leader, the 007, Dan Jones second, Bill Yarbrough third, Ken Shea back to fourth after the pit stop glitch there by Ken coming down, overshot the pit, had to back up to get the service done. That cost him a couple positions on the track. Let's see if he can regain them or if he's content to just ride around here again. 72 car, Isaac
Comers
Johnson.
and goers. He's a comer, man. He's young man Rumble. He's coming
Yellow.
up here.
Yeah, and Isaac moved up very nicely. Again, he was the one that started toward the back there. Now he's worked his way up to the 5th position. He's into
Taking a
the
look at Ken
inside.
Shea.
And also Dan there ahead of him.
Smoke. Somebody's around. Cars are slowing down. Caution is out.
Looks like the 4 car a little slow there.
Jeffrey Stone around in the 4.
Yeah, it looked like he might have spun just getting into the turn a little too hot. Came around off the outside wall, and then the 23 car just gave him a little love tap. As we would think that the 23 car would do, Milty.
Yeah, hopefully that should be no damage for Picky got on the brakes there.
Yeah, it looked
and,
like, but I can't say the same to that 4 car, Milty. He's kind of hard into that outside wall, and doesn't look too terribly bad, but
it stops again.
yeah, now
These
some
guys
guys have elected to stay out, of course, with a quick caution here.
Yeah, the
In
leaders
fact, all the
will
leaders
stay
have
out.
stayed out. And now that gives an opportunity for Slim Jim and Mark DeSenza to pick up a few positions as
Dog in the
some
back
guys pit.
decides to stop. Isaac Johnson too. Team Thor Dog has decided to that they need to get some tires here. So they're going alternate strategy here. Isaac was up there in the front though. I don't know if I'd have done that. Gonna be way in the back with the dogs.
It looks like the 62 crew fixed up this car pretty good because it felt like a race car again on that restart. Just a little bit of right side damage.
And short track racing, nature of the beast here. Everyone's going to get a little ding and dent, and sometimes, those things can play a role in these shorter tracks, but sometimes you can live with something as long as you don't pound the wall too hard and really put a hurting on it.
Yeah, aero is still important here. I mean, we're taking these corners around 140, so yeah, aerodynamics will help. But it helps that these are really trucks underneath it all, and the trucks could take a little more aero damage back in this era. They had slab sides.
We see the lights still on the pace car as we work lap 31 of 158 here. Jeff Hale is our leader. 007 second, Dan Jones, Billy Yarbrough third, Ken Shea fourth, Pops in fifth.
Nine goes down pit road again. Might as well, I guess. You're in the back.
And then our two veterans that started in the back, Milty, that we were keeping an eye on, Slim and Mark DeSenza, have now worked their way up to sixth and seventh. And they got fresh rubber on the car, and yeah, now they can be a factor in this race. Rick has just been rock solid there in about the 8th, 9th, 10th position all race long. He's just doing the things you need to do, Milty, to be there at the end when it matters most. And T-Roy and the 40 car there, as you mentioned earlier. Yeah.
Running well.
Yeah, and how about some of that? How about some of that Western Auto paint from a DW
Heck yeah.
ride? How about that? A little chrome action there. Gotta like that. Pace car's off. Lap 32 of 158. Jeff Hale's gonna lead him back down to the line.
Great paints. Great painters in this league.
Oh, absolutely.
Sean's
awesome paints. And speaking of some paint there, that bright green 29 car is in the lead, and then right behind him, right behind him,
the Warthogs.
Yeah, talk about a contrast in styles there, Milty. The Warthog and Bond, James Bond.
James is going to want to have a little vodka, shaken not stirred, martini, and a little bit of Warthog meat here because he's taking a serious look.
Yeah, he took a look at, but then also at the same time he was looking, someone was looking behind him. That's a 54 car, Milty, and you know what? Bill and Jeff Hale have the same mindset when it comes to these type of races. They like to lead as many laps as possible. They like the clean air. They don't like to be racing for second and third. They like to be leading in first. And I think if Bill can think he can get by, I think he'll make that move on them. So Dan's got to kind of drive out both sides of the car, I think, right now. Ken Shea right there, Pop's right there as well, watching these two go at it. And Slim and Mark DeSenza, so no margin for error here with these guys up front.
A lot of cars just now trying to get some points here with damage.
Oh, Ken gets a little high there. I think he got a good run on Bill Yarbrough, and he kind of ran up on the back of his car there, Milty. And I think he just kind of pulled to the right there to avoid contact. Cost him some positions there, but that was the right thing to do, I think.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
that's the veteran right there. I mean, a lot of experience with the 91. Knew how to evade without, ruining his race. We'll gather back up and get to going here.
Yeah, and he just lost a few positions there. He managed to hang on to this lead pack of cars, but now Slim. Starting to flex his muscles. The professor is
yellow flag.
We got a caution out, and there's the 80 car come rolling down the banking there, Milty. So
Ed Finley
looks like the 80 car of Ed Finley
gets to going there. Not sure if that's 2 incidents on him. If you're not familiar with FSB, there is a 2 incident rule in effect for all races. 2 and you're done. It's kind of like your 6th foul in the NBA. you got to park it, or you may not get to race the next week.
Yeah, we're watching the replay here, the 80 and the 108.
Scott McClendon is
And
definitely he's
again,
struggling too.
it looked like just getting a little too hot into the corner, Milty, and hard into the outside wall. It doesn't look like anyone else was affected by it, but the caution did come out.
Everybody's going down pit road. Let's take a look here. This is going to be serious stuff here. This is when dreams are made of here.
Yeah, and we're back
And
live.
nightmares.
Back live here, watching
DeCenza
Jeff
looking
Hale,
to
Dan
move up. He's
Jones,
way
Bill
back with
Yarbrough.
the dogs on that pit stop. Nice stop for the 6 team.
Yeah, good stop for the 29 as well. He came in very fast.
Several cars stayed up.
Clean stop. Bill Yarbrough in good. Ken Shea hits his marks that time very nicely. Let's take a look at the 007. Cannot beat that 29 out though.
The 29 team is just locked in right now, folks. And once again, looks like a loose lug nut there. That was a long stop for the 91 team. They don't race all the time, so
Yeah, maybe
a little bit of jitters
had to
there
hit.
with
It
that
looked
team.
like they had to hit that right rear one extra time. Milty maybe dropped the lug, but the
He can overcome
the
that
stop.
though. He's got a clean car. Yeah.
It looked like the winner on this was the 40 car, Milty. Did might have to look back on his stop. Did he just do a 2-tire change?
Let's take a look at that.
Why, yeah, take a look back at that while we stay live here with the leaders. As
Western Auto, Darrell Waltrip tribute car in beautiful stop, and he missed this. He missed this stop. He had to back it up. He had to get around the 6. Looking, so he decided 2 tires. He made the call on the fly.
Did he, or
Probably
did he
was
get
good.
too close to the wall?
It could have been both. He was on an angle and he had to back up. So either way, 2 tires for the 40.
yeah, I don't know.
And that gets him into P2, but we'll see how long he can hold on.
Yeah, once we come back around here, they'll reset
P3,
the running
excuse me.
order here. Let me see,
Hale.
Jeff, the 4 car staying out right now.
Oh. Now the lap down cars and damaged cars are pitting too. Well, Jim Christopher wants to do the Icky Shuffle today and get on the podium and get in the interview booth. So we'll see what happens here. Sitting in 5th place here.
Yeah, so lights are out, so it appears the 4 is staying out here. Very interesting move by Jeff Stone, Milty. He is teammate Jeff Hale, so I don't know if there's some team strategy involved here. Dan Jones 3rd.
With a damaged car, I doubt it.
Stone's already thrown up a going high, so he's going to let Hale go.
Yeah, maybe he's banking on a quick caution here, Milty, to maybe try to lock in some track position. But if it doesn't, he's going to get eaten up by these cars.
Spinning 1, caution.
And maybe that's what he was looking for. And it's going to be a race. We're going to watch this race back to the line here.
Yeah. There's no way you can give him his lap back. He's got a beat up piece, and you got people all over you. Good job to recognize that.
And Joe Cutt, Milty, beat up on the back end there. Let's take a quick look at what happened with Joe here.
Well, he got caught up in something of not his doing earlier as racing go,
Yeah. Yeah, oh wow, the car just broke loose on him, Milty, from the previous damage, most likely. And just into the outside. It looked like he was just getting ready to go into the turn. The car just broke loose completely on him.
Well, there's going to be, he's going to be, because it's hot all around the U.S., so he'll be wearing his Wranglers and drinking some tequila here and watch if this gets any worse.
And
That's only one on him, so
He'll
he
take
gets to
it-
keep running.
he'll
So
take it down to his boys and see if they can work on that car a little, make it a little more drivable for him. Because man, that car just broke loose on him. And like Sean was alluding to, aerodynamics play, especially the rear downforce here, really plays a factor, as we
yeah,
saw.
you need that.
Coming into these turns a little too hot, you just don't have the downforce to hold that back end. Cars have been swapping ends. Bring up this running order again. Milty, lap 45 of 158. So still plenty of racing to go here. We'll take a quick look here at the fastest laps, and we see the kid, the 72 cars, setting the pace, Milty, with a slight edge over Dan Jones and Dad. So a little family family rivalry there with the 72 car turning the faster lap over the old man.
I'm sure that's not the first time.
Yeah, I'm sure. Probably won't be the last either. Lights still on the pace car. Let's go through the field here. So the 4 car elected to stay out again. So apparently the tires are satisfactory to the 4. I would have thought this could have been this party could have got the tires and been a little off sequence, but electing to stay out. There's the 40 car as we talked about earlier. Western Auto Chevy Lumina. Wasn't a big
well, he's definitely getting some airtime here, but
Yeah, I wasn't a big Lumina fan, to tell you the truth, but you gotta drive what was available at the time.
yeah, absolutely. The
And,
Monte Carlo was everybody's favorite, and it was like the Monte Carlo's gone.
Yeah, it was a sad day. I was
You cry.
Yeah, I did. I won't say I won't say there was any tears flowing, Milty, but yeah, it was disappointing to see that 3 car go from a Monte Carlo to a Lumina, I have to say.
Like, what's a Lumina?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, what's a Lumina?
That's a Lumina right there in that 40 car, and that's what a Lumina is. And but yeah, that always liked that DW Western Auto paint scheme back in the day.
Yeah,
Well,
Lumina is what my brother-in-law's elderly parents were driving at the time they made the switch.
And we're getting ready to
Green
go back
flag.
green flag racing. Jeff Hale's going to lead it down. Pinky and the 51 McClendon 1 lap down, trying to get that lap back. See if we see some fireworks here at the front of the field. Pinky putting the hammer down
Marcus
here.
Sits up to 7th. You got 3 experienced studs lined up there, Yarborough and Slim. Well, you got a whole line of them. I mean, these guys are all playing cat and mouse here. They weren't worried about the start. They were way laid back. They're not worried about the draft. They just kind of got it going, and now they're taking a look. They're going to be real patient. Lap 49 of 158. Long way to go.
And we see the
Pinky wants to get
front of
his lap
this,
back.
yeah, the front of the field here having to work a few lap traffic cars. 23 and 51, 1 lap down.
Oh, he's driving his heart out. He looks like he's got a good car still, you know. McClendon's driving on with that beat up car, and he's still fast. So that shows you what
a
he's
little
capable
off
of.
the apron, and that car gonna get really loose if he hit the apron, Milty. And he's gonna have to give some ground here to the.
This one's around. McClendon's around.
McClendon's around again.
Oh, and there's contact with the 4 car as well, and Pops
Pops
is into the inside wall, and the 4 to the outside wall.
Racing back to the line.
Oh, and the 40 looked like just edged the 6 car for that
This car
3rd
is
position.
out.
Great race back to the line there.
Well, there's always ongoing discussions about these tracks.
Shoot.
and with the caution count, obviously, like just total green flag racing, but you gotta have hard tracks in there too, and you're gonna have cautions, and then that's just the way it is, you know. And but you just can't run
Just like I
generic
told these
tracks
boys in the
every
meeting,
week.
we
Yeah,
don't need
and,
anything over
The
the.
guys that manage that, the
It
difficulty,
just got
and
loose, Milty,
yeah,
and with the damage
yeah,
to the
sorry.
car, no go save on that one for the 51 car.
The leaders are down pit road, some of them, and Dan Jones decides to stay out. So does the two tires of Christopher. Again, he's banking. He's like, heck, we got all these cautions. Why not go for
Yeah,
this,
and we
man?
see 29 in, 54 in, 62 in, 91 in.
I would have pitted that time if I was him.
And
He ran it good. He would still get a top 10 restart position with freshies. Because this thing's going to start to go green at some point.
a little contact there. It looked like between the 54 and 62 as Yarbrough left the pit. Looked like maybe gave him a little love tap there.
I didn't even hear it.
Just a little scrape of bumpers right there. Ken Shea burns rubber out of the pits.
And
He
man,
was
this
he was telling his pit crew,
yeah, and this
come on
–
guys, you know, we got to get together here. This time they have an excellent stop for the Bumblebee.
yeah,
there.
he implored them to just focus and stop drinking and just focus for one stop here.
Wait, no, that's the
Oh wait,
broadcasters.
that's the
me.
zero pit that we see is abandoned now at the end of pit lane, Milty.
Yeah, there's black widows and spiders
A couple empty beer cans, and that's about it.
and plastic.
Some lug nuts maybe left behind. But I believe our leader, Milty.
Let me go down there and talk to my teammate.
Yeah, and that's Sean's teammate right there.
Yeah, 007.
Yeah,
Williams.
you know, Sean's got a
driving
beat
for
up piece right now. He's, you know, he's, you know, as far as a win, it's going to be tough, but he definitely wants to see his teammate get one, and they're definitely going to be talking pool here right now.
Yeah, you gotta, you know, there is always strategy involved, and you know, we're still
Sean's still got a
just
great
about
track position.
only a third of this race over, Milty. So still plenty of laps remaining here. The 40 car right there in second, Jeff Hale back to third, but 4 fresh ones for Jeff Hale, Milty, and I think he'll be itchy right now to get past both the 40 and the 007.
Yeah, it's going to be the itchy and scratchy show.
And Mark DeSenza,
Fight.
Bill Yarbrough, all 4 fresh tires, Slim, Ken Shea, and of course there's our in-car reporter, the 62, Sean Reed.
Yeah, and 007, my teammate there, Dan Jones, says his tires look good, and he was surprised to find out that Jim Christopher is behind him on 2.
Those are need-to-know things. And the pace car is off.
Pace car's off, Pinky on the
Pinky
inside.
really wants this here.
Good opportunity maybe for Pinky here with fresh tires.
Dan Jones spins the tires a little bit, a little puff of smoke, but they hook up and he gets real wide.
Yeah, and he gives up the lap down to Pinky. He's got bigger fish to fry with the 40 car right on his back bumper here.
Well, I think that was a good move, and Pinky also got a great start, and you know, why not? You know, when you see it like that.
And that's a good strategy by Pinky with fresh tires, knowing the leader is not on fresh tires. That could be all you need. Maybe get out ahead of him, log about 3 or 4 laps, hope you get a quick caution. And that's the way you got to get your lap back here at FSB. There is no easy lap backs here.
Yeah, it's like AF Hutton. You got to earn it.
Those 2 tires are finally catching up to Jim Christopher.
Smith Marty, that's it.
The old-fashioned way.
You got to earn it.
And Mark DeSenza right there. Now they're starting to reel Pinky back in, but those older
That's all you can ask for.
tires of the 007 may be showing their age slightly with Jeff Hale right on the back bumper. Mark DeSenza right there.
Yeah, he's
Bill
got to
Yarbrough
go.
right there. Slim right there. 40 car starting to fade back with the 2 tires. And now,
Let's see if we can get a
oh,
little
and
in
Dan
car
with
here.
a slight brush off the outside wall there. And now that Jeff Hale looking on the
He
inside.
looks down low.
The door looked like it may have gotten slammed in Jeff Hale's face there, Milty. And
Who
now
did
Mark
it,
DeSenza
Who did
with
it,
a move to the inside.
The D-Rocket.
And can he make it stick down low? He came into that
Yeah,
turn
he can.
really
Look at
hard.
him stick
Jeff
him,
Hale
baby.
giving him
Come
room on
on.
the outside. Nice job there by Jeff Hale giving
It's
him
like
some
a
room there.
stamp, man. You're licking him and stick him.
Still not halfway
what a
here, but now he's
stud
really
this guy
pressuring the
is, man.
007. Dan gets a little loose. He's really been fighting that car the last few laps. He bounced off the
Jeff
outside
Hale
wall
on the
slightly.
inside.
But that may
He's
not
got
be the fast way around.
Oh, Dan is really pushing.
Oh, and Mark
3
loose
wide
coming
down the
wide.
back straight.
Mark really hung that car out on the
They're not
outside.
giving in. Oh my gosh.
And Mark charges into the lead from the outside.
Wow.
What a move by Mark DeSenza. And he not grabs the lead, he just ripped the lead right out from under everyone.
Give it to me.
And now Jeff Hale's going to see if he can reel Mark in. Mark just was shot out of a cannon on the outside there.
I think there's a hailstorm a brewing here.
Yeah, Bill Yarbrough right behind Jeff. So Jim.
That's what Bill do. He's just not
right
that
there.
flashy guy. He's just always right there. Who's that guy? He's
there-
always there. He's always there.
There goes
Bill,
that.
Bill
What
Yarbrough.
you say, Milty? There goes that man.
There go Mama. There goes that man. Like Mark Jackson said.
And there he is, with about a half-second lead on the 29 car. Bill Yarbrough right there, nipping at the heels of Jeff Hale, and Slim right there as well. Looks like these guys are maybe willing to log laps finally to see if we can stretch this thing out and get a green flag stop in. And we know, Milty, if there is green flag stops here, it's going to play a huge role
taking
in
a
the
look.
outcome of this race.
How about that 17 Fireball whiskey car? Up to 8th place.
And there he is battling that
Pop's still
007.
battling.
Yeah.
Pop's got a little bit of damage.
Oh, and the
Hit that
17
sidewall.
loose.
He got
And,
loose. Oh.
and there's contact between the 007 and 99.
Yeah, Dan used her up there, I think. And then they're blown. No. Wow, Ken Hansen almost. Dan Jones threw it in reverse, trying to get out of the way in one car, but he almost pulled back in the other. Probably be more advisable to stay where you were, but
And
that's
Mark
heavy damage
has
for
taken
the
the caution.
007.
Mark has taken the caution here. Wow. And
We're gonna have to take a look at that stuff there.
yeah, we're gonna take a look at the 007 here. See what happened to him.
Well, he just used it up, and he was driving the living yin yang out of it, and
Well, T-Roy, as we watch this replay again, Milty, we see that T-Roy right there was loose on the outside of him.
oh, okay.
And I'm sure Dan saw that, turned the car down, probably to avoid the 17 car, not knowing that Pops had a heck of a run down low, Milty, and nowhere to go. Unfortunately, 3 wide here at Rockingham is just not going to work, Milty, and this is usually the result of a 3 wide. Dan hard into that outside wall there, and then
Yeah, but
as
the
cars
17
stop,
got loose, the 00
yeah,
got loose. and
wow,
Pops
as you
was
said,
at full
backing up
speed, so
backing up right in front of Ken Hansen. Great job by Ken Hansen to
Yeah, he
avoid
got that-
that disaster right there.
he got on the brakes and blowed it down when he saw the caution.
And there we see the race off pit road, and what a race off pit road, Milty. It's a 405
Gaggle,
freeway.
gaggle. Somebody's choking there, and but not the pit crews. They nailed it. Oh, it's side by side with the 6. They're going to need clarification, and the 6 gets beat by the 54. Do we have an heel situation here with the 6?
Well, there could have been a speeding there as those guys drag raced off pit lane. Looked like
The
an
6 is
NHRA
slowing.
race there.
No, he's just in he's just in fourth, I think.
Let's see as they cross the line and see if this sorts out.
Fifth. Yep, he's in fifth. He got the experienced Rocket crew there got whooped in that one.
And it looks like the 91 crew is trying to redeem itself here, Milty.
Yeah, they've
Ken
had two
Shea
good stops
shot
in a
out of
row.
the cannon into second position. And Ken Hansen, I don't believe, is pitted, Milty. So if Ken does duck into the pits here, Ken Shea will be our leader. I think this will be his first laps led of the race. And I think this is exactly where he likes to be. We'll see
Well,
now
actually,
what kind of car he has.
He qualified on pole, so he led early.
That's true. He did lead a few laps early. You're right, Milty. I forgot that he was.
Well, usually I'm the one that
Yeah,
has that
you're
kind
right.
of brain fart.
Yeah,
It's
good
always
catch,
me.
yeah.
That's like the first time I got to correct you, man.
Yeah. Good catch, man. Good catch.
Yeah, you can take a dollar back out of the jar.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, so as we cross the line, lap
Just like to thank
69,
Budweiser, King of Booze.
slowly creeping toward halfway here. We don't want this race to end tonight, I think, so we're slowly working our way to lap
There's
70.
lots of action here,
Ken
folks.
Shea is our leader. The lights are out on the pace car. Jeff Hale second, Bill Yarbrough third. Pinky gonna give it another shot to the inside here, one lap down. Mark DeSenza in the fourth position, and
That's
Slim
hard
Jim.
to do, too, when you're in that position. I've been there. If you have a completely clean car and you just got a lap down, then it's not as hard. But
Yeah, I mean,
he's doing a great job this far fighting,
Yeah, you
You
got
gotta
to do
keep
it.
fighting.
Gotta
man.
do
You
it.
gotta keep fighting.
Yeah, you got
Don't
to.
give up, man.
And we're about to see a green flag here for Ken Shea.
Well, see, they understand this, so they're trying to
Yeah,
work
now
with them, and at the same time, it's still early, but
now Jeff Hale's going to try to take advantage of that wide entry. No, ducks in behind him. That would have been a drag race down.
That's a great sportsmanship move right there. He understood that the 91 got upset by letting the 23 by, and if it was 15 laps to go, of course, 10 lap rule, Pinky wouldn't be there, but then they would be fighting for it. That's smart pro veteran driving right there. It's
Yeah,
no big deal. Just chill. Let's get in line, and then we'll fight it out.
Yeah, now once these tires start getting some heat in them, Ken Shea's going to make a move the inside of Pinky. He's going to make that move quite easily. Jeff trying to follow. Bill Yarbrough trying to follow. Mark DeSenza on the outside there, but he's caught behind Pinky. We'll see if that plays a factor. Bill Yarbrough to the inside of that.
Oh boy!
Mark really
This
pushing
is,
Pinky hard there.
Ryan pushing on his bumper there.
And he just shoved Pinky out of the way, and he keeps going. Wow, Mark, that's just
got
some
to
driving
go.
there by Mark DeSenza.
Of course, like we iterated last year, last week, and the week before, Mark has to work late night tonight, so these races are always pretty much a race, and then I got to go to work to kind of thing for him, So he's always in a hurry, Hope he's got his coffee made, lunch packed already, He's working the night shift.
Oh, and we saw Slim there get a little out of shape, Milty. Right behind Mark DeSenza. He got onto the apron, and he's come back to the 62 car. So we go to this little wide shot. You can see more of the track, more of the cars here.
Well, I think like with a lot of guys, Eastern time, they've worked all day, and this is getting late night for them. It's coming up on it's past 10:30 Eastern. These guys are tired. Sometimes you lose a little focus. You gotta get it, gather it back together.
You gotta slap the
Move
face
around
a
in
couple
your seat,
times.
slap your
And,
face. We do that in the 24-hour races,
Oh, yeah.
don't we?
oh yeah, yeah.
But
Wait.
you had a great run in the O2 car.
Yeah, when the alarm goes off at 4 a.m. for a 5 o'clock stint, Milty. Yeah, you gotta slap yourself awake a little.
Yeah, you're in the car in 5 minutes, dude. Huh?
Yeah,
Can't imagine what
obviously.
it's like for the real racers doing that.
Yeah, that's, my dad did it like, like he ran like six 24-hour races, three of them at Le Mans and three at Daytona, and and that's back in the day. I can only imagine what it was like, for real, and those hot cars. I mean, it's still hard, but back in the day, it was brutal.
Yeah, we're riding a little here with the 29 car Jeff Hale, looking at our leader, Ken Shea ahead, looking behind, Mark DeSenza right behind him, Milty. Let's take a few laps around Rockingham.
We're here with the professor. Him and Ken Shea have run probably 1,000 races against each other, so they know what's up here. Oh, excuse me, this is Jeff Hale. I'm sorry.
Jeff
He
making a
takes
move
look
to the
down low.
inside. Wow,
I
he made
think
that
they'll-
look easy.
I think the 91 pretty much let him go. They're kind of backing off. He understands these guys are really good early in a run. But what he's going to try to do is ride in behind and free track here. Coming into turn 3. Now turn 4 there. Just let off a little bit and go all the way. Here you got to get off it early. A little tap of the brake, down low, right by the line, right up against that wall, which closes fast with that safer barrier. You almost have to look forward. Cause I drive in car, so if you focus on that wall, you're going to run into it. So you got to look forward on your apex point. Down low, look at that line. Look at it. Go right up. Look forward where you want your car to go.
Oh, and
you
Ken
got
got
that
a little out of
six.
shape there, Milty, behind Mark DeSenza. That's going to cost him 2 more positions with Bill and Slim getting by him.
Look at these cars. They're jiggling, jaggling on the edge. Rear end is starting to come around little. You see them get free right through the center of the corner. Just the way you want it. Like Sean said, you can see by watching that the setup is exactly what these guys want. It's free, but not loose. Right in that sweet spot.
And we see the battle right behind our leaders, 54 Bill Yarbrough, 25 Slim Jim Gately, Milty. These top 4 are really going at it.
They're smelling green flag here, I think. Now you're starting to see what these guys can do as we're just past the halfway point. A little bit ways past halfway point.
I just went for a slide.
And we're at lap 85 of 158, so we're a little past halfway now. Longest green flag run of the race right now. Jeff Hale, our leader. Mark DeSenza second. Bill Yarbrough, Slim Jim. Ken Shea round out the top 5. Isaac, Sean, Ryan. 40 car there of...
Huge gap from 6th to 7th. Sean Reed obviously with damage.
Yeah, Sean and Slim gets a little out of shape coming out the turn. Ken Shea tried to challenge on the outside. Slim holds him off for the time being. Cars are starting to get a little loose off the turns now, Milty, with the tire wear.
Now just in the lead here. Let's see if Mark can dog him and try to save a little tires. We know he likes to lead and he's comfortable leading.
And he's right up
and
against
good,
that wall, Mil.
But he's also
Wow.
good at following and dogging you. He's got the whole package.
Oh,
Smoke there in the center of turn 3 and 4.
And I don't think there's
No
a
yellow.
caution. Pops looks like he's a
No
little off
green.
the pace, but we're staying green here, so
Somebody got loose as a goose.
no time. These top 6 cars have really separated themselves, Milty. As we bring up our running order, we see almost over a 5-second gap now between 6 and 7. Jeff Hale's our leader. Mark DeSenza, Bill
Look at that,
Yarbrough.
man. That's like a snake right there.
Isaac has joined the party here. So the kid is trying to crash the veterans party, Milty.
Well, he's a kid because he's young, a lot younger than we are. Way younger. And, you know, of course, we documented about him doing some real dirt racing and stuff. but
Hell, Milty.
his racing maturity and on and off the track is definitely adult. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, the average age of those top four, Milty, I don't even know if a calculator.
That's about 1,000 right
Yeah.
there, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking I wasn't going that far. I was thinking about like 600 or 700, but yeah, I hear you on that. There's some.
Even my liquor store buddy says, "You race against kid?" I said, "No, just one, but the rest of us are we old guys, you know."
And we'll say Ken Shea's not that old.
Yeah. Well, I'm older than most of you.
But you know, we know the professor in the 25 he's old. Billy Yarbrough. Oh, a lot of smoke. A lot of smoke. A lot of cars out of shape
Big Wreck
here.
and the leaders are racing back to the line.
And they
have
have
to go through this.
and they
They're
did.
getting-
Oh, and it's just
It's a
traffic
gaggle.
all over the place now for these
Very
leaders.
Smart. That's just beautiful. Oh, but Pinky gets loose. Did he take somebody out behind him?
Oh, and Joe Cutt
Cut.
takes.
Oh, he got
Oh,
slammed. Oh,
oh
my gosh.
man.
The leaders did such a good job to see that and back off, but the cars around him were struggling.
Well,
It was-
Slim did take the caution already, Milty, so he may not have lost any positions. However, he may have some damage now.
some damage, yeah.
Oh man,
But that was
a
impressive. You take a look at that, and this doesn't happen very often. We're on the back straight, that happens, and then the leaders are almost catching the rear of the field anyway. So when the caution comes out,
yeah. And we see Pinky gets loose there,
they're all the
Milty,
way
and as he
around. They're like 2/3 of the way from finishing that lap, so they had to race back, but they all backed down. Perfect,
and
you know?
it was just a chain reaction from Pinky getting loose.
Old school. This is old school. Pinky did the best he could. That he just lost it, man. Joe Cutt lost it,
And we also saw the initial incident. Looks like
what a bummer for Slim there. That's going to give him.
Let's take a look back, Milty,
Okay.
here on the original incident that brought out this caution. The 07, and then we see Joe Cutt got loose and collected the 07, the 4, the 17
he
also
was
involved.
beat up, man.
And then as
those
these
were
cars,
on
yeah,
a long run,
and as these cars were limping to get back up to speed, there come our leaders roaring by.
Wow. Tough luck for Saska there. I think he's only got one. That was not of his doing, so he can continue.
Yeah, and we see Joe Cutt just got onto the grass there, Milty, and the car just shot straight up the track into Slim. And Slim did hit the wall kind of hard there, Milty, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's just another bad luck night for him here. He's had some good luck in the trucks, though, in the pro trucks. He's got some wins, but that's racing, man.
Well, he still came out of the pits 4th.
Yeah,
so
he's
they must
still
not beat out that much.
right. And as we know, his running order position was preserved after crossing the line. The incident happened after the line crossing.
Yeah, I was just worried about the damage,
Yeah, that's it. They must not have hammered on it very long if he's still in 4th.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yep.
Right, so, and of course,
I'll step away for just a sec. I'll be right back.
the Slim Jim crew snaps into a Slim Jim before he pulls into the pit. So they're always
Step into a Slim Jim.
they're always pumped up. I think the Macho Man was training the crew way back before he passed away. So, trying to keep his name alive in the pits there. Jeff Hale, our leader. Mark DeSenza second. Bill Yarbrough third. Slim in a possibly wounded vehicle. We don't know. It doesn't look bad from visually, so maybe he was able to avoid disaster there. Isaac right behind him in 5th. Ken Shea 6th. Rick Bisconner 7th. Sean sitting right there in that, hanging around in that top 10 in 8th.
Hi.
And rounded out the top 10, Ryan Johnson and DW. I mean, Jim Christopher.
That's the final paint scheme that DW won with, too. Won the
Yeah.
Southern 500 in Darlington. Rain-shortened race.
Did he do the icky shuffle?
I think he did. He also did a rain dance when they were out of the car under the red flag.
Yeah, I remember
he
that.
did.
And said he wasn't going to split the bonus with his driver, because remember he was driving for himself then.
Yeah.
That's what's so cool about NASCAR and racing. It's got lineage, you know, from the old days and new days, and we're all big fans of respecting that. That's what's so cool about this series. It's old school, man.
Ooh, we got a stack up here on the front stretch.
Yeah, some hard racing here at the front. Jeff Hale, our leader, Bill Yarbrough, Slim Jim. I guess from the incident, he's got fresh adrenaline pumping through his veins now, Milty. And he's going to take that 3rd position from Mark DeSenza. Ken Shea right there in 5th, trying to follow Slim through that hole. But Mark having none of that. Isaac right there as well.
With
And there's
fresh
that
tires
62
right
car.
now, he's feeling jiggly. We'll see how that 25 is on the long run.
That is the kicker.
That is the kicker, yeah.
And there,
Now
Sometimes it makes it just a little bit
there
tighter.
goes
you
Slim
can power
again.
through
There's
it.
contact
Oh.
with Bill Yarbrough. He goes down to the
Whoa,
apron,
down
saves
to the
it.
apron.
Wow, what a
Yeah,
move by
good
Slim.
Jim.
That's-
Bill.
Wow. I don't know if that's a below the yellow line pass there, Milty. I don't know if that applies to short track racing.
Now,
But what a move by Slim Jim there.
For it to be a violation, it has to be a move that to advance your position on purpose, and it was definitely contact.
Yeah, there's
It also has to
definitely
be super speedway.
little door banging there.
But I was gonna say, unlike Randy Savage, Slim Jim never lifted there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he did not, and he's right on the back bumper of Jeff Hale, who I'm sure was an interested viewer in the rearview mirror watching that. Mark DeSenza.
Well, they're old
fourth.
teammates, mentors to each other, and they work their craft, and that's why they're so darn good.
Yeah,
you know, that their
can't
mirror
really-
image is really,
Yeah, you can't really say that Slim mentored Jeff Hale by any
No,
means, but
it's
boy,
no.
What a team they were, Milty, in their heyday.
That's a team, accumulation. Just like all our
Synergy.
teams are. Yeah, synergy. Yeah, excellent word.
Yeah, that Slim Sim racing team, Milty, was just an awesome team there. That Slim held together for I don't know how many years.
It's so cool. Slim, had a granddaughter and had life to do, and he just stepped away and did what a man's supposed to do, and years later, everything settled down, and
Here he is.
started getting, and here he is again, and he's just right off beat,
Yeah. And it's like he
When
never
you're
left
here-
back into
when you-
victory lane.
Right, when you got a league that's been around for 13 years, that stuff happens. Those kind of stories, life happens, and each one of these guys got a story, on the track and off it. And, of course that's personal, but they all find a way to show up here and run. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, it really
Who
is.
would have thought when I was playing with my little slot car set and pretending I was my dad, and racing my friends on the block with my slot cars, and that someday I'd be able to
Oh, Slim got a little high
live
there.
the dream there, and
Bill
a sim race
Yarbrough.
like this.
drag racing him down the front stretch here for that second position. He's going to take it. Slim had to give it up to him there on the outside.
Just see the temper, patience, skill,
But he's right
and
back
demeanor,
on him.
Of the 54. This guy is just, you don't talk about him that much because he's so unassuming. He's not getting in wrecks unless, it's usually not his fault, and almost never. And he's always just right there, but he doesn't never push the issue. And he's got a huge win list in his career, probably 100 wins, throughout his career. He's a stud,
and these are his tracks, these type of tracks here where you gotta drive the track and you gotta watch your tires, you gotta drive hard on cold tires to set that pace, and that's what he's doing.
This scenario is different. Remember the last restart, there was a huge gap after the first 7 or 8 cars. This time you got the top 10 within 2 seconds of each other. Kind of splitting at the end.
Yeah, and I think a little less frantic right now.
Because they realize now we're starting to get green flag runs. So
yeah, and we're really only
back it off a little bit.
Right, just 49 laps remaining now. So now it's time to start breaking out calculators. Isn't this where the crew chiefs start breaking out their calculators and start doing math? Can I make it on one more stop if I stop?
The stops are in the 40s.
Yeah, and we're at lap 48 right now.
From 40 to 50. So, as I've been told, so that's.
And this is the other dilemma, Milty. If you're in your window comfortably, do you go in now, and see if you can, upset the field by taking an early stop, or do you worry about that caution coming out?
Well, both.
At this place, I worry about the caution coming out.
Right.
Yeah,
so if that's your thinking, obviously you're going to run it dry. And
you go off the history of the racer and also the history of your experience. And like Sean just said, in his experience, you're probably going to get another caution, so you run it out.
And we see our top 5 there. Ken Shea anchoring the top 5. There's Isaac in 6th. There we see Sean just cruising around here in 7th.
Yeah, great job for Sean with
the
early damage, and there is the yellow.
And we see it's
how's
the
the car right now, Sean? Do you notice the damage, or?
I can definitely run with them at the start, but I feel that it is hurting me on the longer runs. I'm tightening up just that little bit more, and I was starting to say before, like when we saw Slim Jim come out, you can power through damage on fresh tires. You can just crank the wheel a little bit more, but you're going to be paying for that at the end.
And
I think that might be what I'm feeling.
Yeah, and we just saw the 4 car just get into the turn a little too hot and pounded.
That's 2 on him, so we expect him to park it. At least in my unofficial account.
And we're about 45 laps remaining here, so I would fully, of course, expect the entire field to come in. And there he spins again, getting into the pit lane.
It's been an hour and 20 minutes now. Your butt's starting to hurt. You've been in the car a long time.
And Jeff Hale leads him down and
nail it.
A little tentative into the pit when Jeff Hale looked like maybe confused on which pit to go in.
Well, it's so hard to see.
There we see Ken Shea in that preferred number 1 pit stall. Can he beat anyone out?
I overshot and couldn't get into reverse.
Yeah, I saw that. 62
and
problems there.
Looked like Bill Yarbrough second,
Slim Jim
third.
Okay, the 29 is already clutching and shutting the motor off. So he's already planning in case it goes green here, because we're right on the edge of fuel.
No, we're not. I'm projecting 50 with 43 to go. We're good.
Okay, well he's still He still clutched all the way around.
That's probably force of habit. I do the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, okay. Thank you.
Actually, I know from following him in the Super Speedway series under cautions, it's force of habit.
10-4. Yeah, and that's what you gotta do. You gotta
Yeah, I
cover
never do
every
that.
base, you know.
Yeah, I
You
never do
never
that,
do
Milty.
that?
Yeah, I never do that.
Oh, you're full of it.
I don't know how to. It's too
Push
complicated.
Hell, I
that
picked it up from
clutch
guys like
in.
him and Kerstetter.
If I push the clutch in, I don't know what to. I can't drive two-footed, so I just would crash right into the wall.
Actually,
Really?
before this season, my clutch was a button on the wheel, so I didn't have that problem.
Yeah, that's what I use for NASCAR 2003 and GTP.
Now, the problem I did have, though, was when trying to clutch it on a green flag run at Nashville in the trucks. Using the button clutch made the car almost spin loose on me coming off the corners. That's why I went and bought the clutch pedal this off-season.
Well, if you're gonna clutch during the race, yeah, I've never tried that too, because I just got a G27, so I've never had a clutch before, you know.
Yeah, any
So
place you coast into the corners, you can clutch it.
you can
Just
ease
roll.
the clutch off, yeah, instead of just on and off,
Yeah, that's what
like a
happened.
button.
Yeah, with the button, when I let go of it, real tires hopped.
Wow, I'm gonna have to practice that, but
No, I cannot do it.
well,
Any place you have to brake, I just get all kinds confused. Don't have enough brain power for that.
I don't know. You're pretty smart. You just gotta let off earlier and coast longer, like Homestead or places like that.
Well, I tried practicing it at Pocono, and it was not working.
Yeah,
We're
Pocono.
about to go back.
I don't know, man. I don't think I could do that either, my
Going
friend.
back to green flag racing here. Lap 117 of 158, so about 41 laps remaining. Possibly the last stops of the night. We'll see. Jeff Hale really
Pops a
runs
lap
out
down.
hard.
Boy, you know, KJ wants to get by, but Pops wants his lap back. So, and he's got a clean car. Ken
Yeah,
Shay and the baby there.
yeah, and Pops making a move to the inside of Jeff Hale. They're trying to get that lap back, and that could have lead implications as well if they get side by side. Slim now trying to make a move on Ken Shea for the second position.
That Super B is starting to buzz here, but on the outside lane to try to get around Pops. Pops is still so good.
Oh, and he got a little loose there on that outside lane, Melty, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
so hard to get grip out there.
Gabriel lost a couple spots there, but now they're
They're getting wadded up here with Slim and Ken Shea and Mark DeSenza, Bill Yarbrough. Could have thrown a blanket all over four of those cars there. Pops did manage to get by Jeff Hale, so Pops back on the lead lap momentarily. Jeff Hale is our leader. Slim second, Ken Shea third, Mark DeSenza fourth, Bill Yarbrough fifth.
Christopher got three spots in that pit. Did he get two again? I doubt it. I think he just nailed it.
Well, one of them was because of me missing my pit.
Yeah.
And you saw some flame out of the pipes there. Jeff Hale, Milty, he really had to get off the gas there. I think he got a little loose, and Slim closed right up on the back bumper of him. In fact, Slim went high. He came in really hot right on the back bumper.
Back on the bottom. Payback's not a friendship thing here.
And also, Milty, it looked like with Slim going into the... Oh, and there's contact between Ken Shea and Slim.
Oh, my God.
And Slim pounds the inside wall and takes Ryan out as well. Unfortunately, nowhere to go for Ryan and Jerry.
Slim, talk to me, Slim.
And
that was a hard leg right there. Good thing it's not real. That would have been a leg breaker right there. That was head on to the inside wall.
Yeah, the 59 car smoking from that hit, Milty.
Yeah, that's why they put safer barrier down there, but that would have hurt.
Wow, that was a hard hit. Ken Shea and Slim had contact kind of door-to-door contact there, and it shot Slim hard into the inside wall.
Well, it's how quick. It shows you how quickly it changes. I mean, you know, the lap before Slim had the inside line. We talk about this being a inside groove. I mean, it's serious, and all of a sudden he got beat by one car. Next thing you know, as they go down pit road, and they're all pitting. They're not messing around. No fades, fakes, or anything. We need tires now.
And if we look back at
and
that,
a little bit of fuel just to make sure.
if we look back at that incident, it looked like Ken.
You might go 2 tires here. You might try to. Only a few laps here. You might try something jiggy here. Gonna do.
Yeah, this is a North Carolina track. I wouldn't try that.
Go back in live. We see Ken Shea hitting
right.
his marks. There's Sean right behind him, Bill Yarbrough, and Jeff Hale. There's our top 4 right there.
Two tires
one of
for
our front
Isaac.
4 cars.
2 tires for Isaac.
Oh, Speedy
2
trying to do
tires
that.
for Mark. Oh, there's a coagulation there. Huge track position. Real close at the line between Mark and Bill Yarbrough. They definitely were thinking what I was thinking there. Oh, and Bill got into Sean again.
Nah, what are you talking about?
no.
I've never heard a single thing.
Okay, I'm looking at the replay from the view. I thought he got into you, but maybe
Well, if
it
he
was
is,
your
it's
car
not-
dropping.
Yeah, if he is, it's not on, not playing sound on my end.
Therefore,
So as they cross the line, and see if we can update our running order here.
2 versus 4 here.
Dog peeled into the pit, so that leaves Jeff Hale as our leader. Ken Shea 2nd, Mark DeSenza 3rd, Bill Yarbrough 4th, Isaac 5th. We have 33 laps to go.
Isaac didn't get by he had to get out of it a little bit there, and Bill beat him out.
Yeah,
with
it's
4.
a very narrow pit lane to be racing down. You can see it's really just exactly 2 lanes wide. So if guy's coming out of his pit and you're 2x2 on the pit road already, there's nowhere to go here.
Those 4 tires, as we've seen, are going to shine. But it was a short run, so.
Yeah, and I was watching Isaac run around here. He goes in much deeper than I would, so I wouldn't be surprised if he wore those lefts a little more than the rest of us. If he took 2, I don't think it's going to work for him.
He got some track position, but it wasn't much. So that was probably it was a gamble, but it did work for him. Sinza definitely gained like 3 spots there, so that's what he was looking for.
Now what he can get is another run long enough for us to all come in, and now he's got a little bit of track position if he can hold it.
Yeah. Yarbrough, he's a veteran, so he's not going to worry about it. He knows that Mark's had to have got 2 tires here.
And green flag's out. Jeff Hale takes the green flag to get back to racing with about 31 laps remaining. Ken Shea 2nd, Mark DeSenza 3rd, Bill Yarbrough 4th, Isaac is in 5th. And now Mark looking on the outside of Ken Shea. Can Mark make that outside line work? He did it once early in the
these
race.
Guys are so good on cold tires. They don't even get flustered. They just
And
go
they're still side by side.
to the wall right out the gate, man.
And this is definitely gonna. Oh, and there's contact.
Sends in the wall.
Oh,
DeSenza
Mark
hard
DeSenza
into the
hard
wall.
into the wall.
And man, just running side by side, lap after lap is
I
just
don't
so
think Ken Shea
difficult.
really had nowhere else to go. I mean,
Nah, it
he
looked
was
like it
already
was just
committed. He was committed to his line. Mark kind of crowded him there. Can't really give that one to him, and it's still green, so
still
there's
green.
no incident there.
Jeff Hale's still our leader. Ken Shea in second. We don't know if that caused any damage. I wouldn't think so. But Bill Yarbrough now right on the back bumper, and Isaac now in fourth, with Mark dropping out.
With those two tires.
Damn that pace car. And then a small gap between Isaac and Christopher and Sean there.
How about Jim Christopher, man?
Yeah, it was a
He
great
just
run by
fought
the
a good
40
fight,
car.
man.
That's Christopherson, by the way. It doesn't
Yeah.
fit in here.
Christopherson, man. Sorry.
As in Chris Christopherson, remember him?
Yeah, but spelled differently.
I
With a
said
C
it right
and not a K.
all the other times, but yeah.
Christopherson
You know.
with a C, not a K. But he's solidly in
Waylon
fifth
and
place.
Willie and the boys.
He's a highwayman.
I'm the highwayman. I think that's a new nickname right there.
Heck yeah. Let's do it. You heard it here first, boys and girls.
That's
And-
where Pinky was born, right here.
Yeah, and we see the
After
54
about
and
a
91
12-pack.
going at it. And Pinky had to, Ken Shea had to give up that outside lot. He got pushed to that outside.
Oh,
Oh, and Isaac.
Oh, there's Isaac Johnson around. That's going to have to bring out the caution.
It is. Yellow's out. Man, I don't know how Jim Christopherson missed him.
Well, he's, looking at his resume, he's been around like a lot of us for a lot of years. And you're obviously seeing he's got some skills.
Heck yeah.
And not
I
just
think we're both.
speed, but track awareness. He's a professional racer, and showing you that tonight, folks.
Hey, we're both gonna have to pit for shorts though.
Well, yeah, we'll watch
Now
that
what-
again. We
Now,
see
what
Isaac.
do you go two here, or do you go four? The four-tire guys, what are they going to do? Too long, you need tires. No, you got to get tires here, man.
And looked like Isaac just lost it going into the turn a little too hot.
I got to, if I'm in the front, I got to get four, man. I don't want to have no regrets, If you're seventh, eighth, if you already got two the last time, you're kind of screwed. You kind of
Right.
need four.
Yeah, if you went 2 before, you got to get 4. If you went 4 before, though, you might want to think about it.
I don't. I heard it's probably a legend,
That's the in-car driver who's feeling it right now. So he's telling you better get four.
No, I heard a legend, possibly, maybe truth, that crew
Oh,
chiefs
Ken
used to
Shea
find
overshot his pits.
crew members who would roll tires at any of the Carolina tracks rather than cart them back to the pits. Just to be aware of that much.
They don't even roll them on the asphalt.
Nope.
That's funny, man.
And it looked like Rick, 43 car, took the 2 tires, got out in front.
That's interesting. Bisconer, I also ran around him a bit in this race. He looked like he was conserving on the early run to be stronger at the end, so his left sides might be in good enough shape to pull that off.
Well, we're going to find out because he will be our leader when we resume. We're going to be inside of 20 laps. Lights are still on the pace car. So teammates will be at the front, the 43 and 29.
Yeah, the one disadvantage to one of the first 3 pit stalls here tonight is that's the part of pit road that curves, and curves pretty sharply. And I'm pretty sure that's what's caused Ken to miss his twice and me once.
Yeah, Ken Shea, another mistake. Milty overshot the pits yet again, and that mires him back into 6th position. And you know, again, now he's going to be getting up on the wheel as soon as this green flag flies, and we'll see if he can make his way through these fast cars at the front.
I'm hoping he can make a hole that I can follow him through.
So I
And
stepped away
light-
for a sec.
Lights are out on the pace car.
We got 2 tires and 4 cars and no tires here. I see. How about Rick Pisciner?
2-tire
Go.
change for Rick. Put him out in front. Jeff Hale, everyone else appears to got 4. So we're going to take back this green with about 19 laps to go.
That was a good move for him. Huge track position, and it was good timing when everybody else got 4. It's one thing when 3 or 4 guys get to. Pace car coming off.
Pace car pulls down. They had to change tires on the pace car as well.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I think some people had to buy new shoes at Walmart because their shoes wore out when they walked on the track before the race.
And Rick's gonna lead him down. Rick leading his first laps of the race. Let's see what he can do with Jeff Hale, teammate but competitor right now, right behind him. Bill Yarbrough, of
so
course.
Happy to be
No
invited to Warthog.
No fuzzy
with
warm
Jeff
feeling
Hale.
though for Bill Yarbrough behind him. He's looking to crash the team party here at the front.
He's there every time. Who that black car is? That's the 54. That's the veteran. Bill's program this year has been alternating ETP with depending on certain truck races on Thursday night. He's been running a lot of stuff, and good to see Bill running GTP. He didn't run this week because he loves IRP. He loves them short tracks. So, but he's been showing up, and we love to have him in GTP. A lot of stuff. I mean, this league has got so much stuff going on. Some point tonight, we'll definitely go over that. But we got a race.
Yeah, we got a race, and Rick doing a great job so far holding off the 29 car as the laps are winding down here, 16 to go.
Hale's under him.
Little crack there, though, and Jeff pounces on it. They're going to go in side by side. Rick up very high.
Yeah, he had a shot. He gave him that lap, and that was, and that's good team strategy there. You give him a shot, and then, but you got, then that was your shot. So.
And Bill and Christofferson get by him. Wow, that was close right there. And Ken Shade following, and so yeah, it looks like the 43 car's tires are giving up the ghost now, and see if the 62 can fight his way by.
The longtime veteran Ken Shea's got to be going. Who's this guy in that 40 car? I really dig his paint job, but he's
in front of me. That's not right.
By this guy.
And yeah, that top 4 there now trying to make a little gap. Sean did get around Rick Bisconner there for the 5th position.
Christofferson is not impressed. He's going out to try to win this race.
Oh, absolutely, and he's right where he needs to be to win it as well, with 13 laps remaining. Jeff Hale's
Look at the
led a bunch of laps tonight.
They're within 2/10 of their best laps of the race. They're pushing hard now.
Here we see our
Last
top
lap
4.
for Ken Shea, 24.687. Best lap 24.574. So he's hanging it out there. He probably got that best lap up front. So we're gonna have to see how this air works for Jeff Hale. It's worked for him all night. He's going to be a hard car to pass.
Yeah, he's very much so.
I don't know if I don't think I've ever passed this guy to win a race. I never have in my career, and raced against him a long time. When he's out front there, it could be Clayton's.
Well, I've done it a few times in the Super Speedway series, and let me tell you, it feels pretty good to know you beat him.
Yeah, at least there you got the draft in these shorter tracks. And the thing is
Well, Bill
he
Yarbrough
was-
took a
he
little
was-
look there.
he was known for just being the super speedway dominator, and then but he has improved his mid-range and short track program huge, and because he's so good in those super speedways that you forgot. I mean, he was always good at these, but now he's really refined himself.
He's ridiculous in the Super Speedways. He is just. I
He
always
is.
know that we're gonna have to deal
The
with
pit
him.
stops. That's the guy you look at. Where
He
am
can
I
start in the
compared
back.
to him?
He can start in the back with no teammates, and he's up front in no time. It's just sick.
And
So
he
that's why he's
continues to
got
lead
that
here as the
reputation,
laps
yeah.
are quickly winding down. Not inside of 10 laps now. Billy
Henri
Yarbrough been
bumped to
banging on the
fifth
back bumper. Will he
with a
make the
beat up-
move?
with a little bit of damage. A great race for Sean thus far here. No broadcaster jinx, but you got to hand it to him. Broadcasting, I've done this before like 5-6 times, and it is, of course, you're always talking on your team channel, so.
Oh yeah, I'm the team
well,
blabbermouth at Pony Express, so this is really old hat to me.
Absolutely, and we do that in our 24-hour races. I mean, you have to train to be able to focus, and but still, it's excellent run so far, bro. Keep it up.
Thank you.
And then we see our top 5 right there, all in the same screenshot. Jeff Hale continues to just do enough to stay out ahead of Bill Yarbrough. You know Bill is definitely looking. He just can't find the crack yet.
And oh, by the way, caution flag ends it. Because here we come to 5 to go.
Bill is so clean. You don't see him make a move too much, but he is so close. The temptation has got to be extreme here.
Extruding. What does styrofoam have to do with this? I think you mean excruciating.
Extreme.
Extreme.
Yeah.
That's
You know I love you, Milt. I'm just picking on you.
Oh boy, the pressure is on.
29,
They're locked in,
54.
5
Yeah,
cars.
all
Come on.
5 right
Come on,
there,
Bill.
nose to tail.
Tim Christopherson is looking for something to happen between these guys and give me a shot.
And Bill Yarbrough it almost appears content to run second here. I can't believe that. I have
don't
to
think
think
he
there's
can
going to
make
be
any
one
more
move
hay
here
than
to
that.
make.
Well, he's just got to sit around and wait for Jeff Hale to make a mistake, right?
Yeah, good luck with that.
We could be here all night then, if that's what we're waiting for. But the laps are going to tell Bill Yarbrough, you got to make a move now, or you're going to be the second place car with just 2 laps remaining. We're going to see the white flag next time around.
They can't get a run on each other. Bill goes a little harder in, and now he's into the clutches of the 40.
And Jeff Hale just driving a spectacular
He's
race
got
at
the
the
air
front
on
here.
the nose. He's got the advantage. Smoke on the track.
White flag.
There it is. Unblown engine. That's it. Race over. Looks like it's our
Wrong
admin,
motor.
07.
That thing is done blowed up. That Gatorade Monte Carlo is on fire. Come on, Ken. We
And-
need you, man. Get out of that thing.
Come around one more time, but it looks like it will be official. Jeff Hale held off Bill Yarbrough. Man, just nowhere for Yarbrough. Nothing for him to do there, Milty. Just nothing.
Nowhere to go, and all the time to get there, just done run out.
That's just, I'm sure Bill very frustrated, trying to think of a way he could get by. He knew you can't go high here to pass. You go high, you lose. So you had to stay right behind him and hope, like as Sean was saying, that Jeff maybe gets in a little hot or got a little loose, and it just did not happen. And that's the checkered flag. Jeff Hale is our winner.
How about the new FSB Cup driver, Tim Christopherson?
Jim Christopherson is going to take a podium,
On the
Milty,
podium.
and that means a booth visit if he can do it. He may not be familiar with the tradition of the top three going into. Sean just forced Isaac right into the
Whoops.
inside wall there.
Didn't
There's the
realize he
race
was stuck it in
ends.
there.
Yeah, top 5 for you, Sean. That's
Yeah, top 5 for Sean. Ken Shea
excellent
fourth.
finish.
And I'll take it after having overcome some stuff there.
Isaac sixth.
Mhm.
And Milty, Ken Hansen, fights back for a top 10, 7th place. Great job by Ken. Rick Bisconner took the 2 tires at the end, Milty. Faded to 8th, but held on to a top 10 too.
Yeah,
Dog
he's
battled back.
ended up where he was. He had to roll the dice. How about Dog in
Yeah,
the top 10?
Dog
He's gonna
fought
be
the
happy
good
with
fight,
that.
finishes 9th. And how about F. Jerry taking a top 10 finish here at the Rock, Milty?
Yeah,
F.
he's
Jerry
been a
with a
long
top
way
10.
he's been a long way from the stock cars. So now you're seeing him start to. He did a great job in our 24-hour race, anchoring the late night run. I knew when I went to sleep, that when I got up,
Yeah,
the
you knew the
would be
car would still
running.
be running. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Great burnout from the 29 there.
yeah, some big
Great
time burnout.
show, man.
And there's our official running order, Milty. 24 cars. A lot of failures, a lot of accidents. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 engines, Milty.
I think that's to be expected. You know, the setup is on the edge, and then once you get damaged and hit stuff, you can blow up. You know, and that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, tough race for defending series champion Steve Weber. He'll take a 24th place finish. We watched Mr. Bond, finally.
He hit the ejector seat
Yeah,
there, and
it looked like
good.
finally Jaws got the best of Bond there and
Yeah,
finished in 17th. And Ryan with a tough break there at the end too. He was running good in the top 10, got into something not of his own doing there, Milty, and slugged it along, but still 11th place finish, got the points.
Yeah, great show, great race. Guys were, what could have, should have, would have been for the 51 Scott McClendon, but that just shows you how fast it can get away from you and how difficult it is. Guys on the edge every lap. Watching them go around, you're just going, oh, that looks easy. It's these guys are on the edge of disaster every corner, every lap.
Yeah, absolutely. So Milty's going to head on down and round up the top 3. Jeff Hale, Bill Yarbrough, Jim Christopherson. It does say Christopher. If it said Christopherson, he should at least spelled it. But we'll talk to Jim about that and make sure that his name is Christopherson and not Christopher. Ken Shea fourth, Sean, as we said, top 5 finish. Tough track, the Rock, Rockingham Speedway, North Carolina Motor Speedway. It's too bad to see that it's kind of faded away. I think they tried to revitalize it. Got the trucks out there for a couple races. I don't know what the status is of that track now, but good throwback track here for the Aero 88 series. FSBRacing.com is the website. Go check it out. You can sign up there. There's lots of info, lots of series. We run every night but Sundays, basically. Monday through Friday racing. We have Cup Series. We have Super Speedway Series. We have Grand Nationals or the Xfinity Series. We have trucks. We have the GTP Series running every other week. We have, of course, Winston Cup Friday nights, which always bring out a huge field and the best of the best. And it looks like we're slowly gathering up some of our
Yeah,
finishers.
Bill Yarborough has declined not to interview, but we got first and
Okay.
third place here. We got the winner, Jeff Hale, and Jim Christopherson, P3.
Yeah,
Excellent
Milty,
job.
Jeff, man, what a very ebb and flow race there. A lot of cautions. Then we got a little kind of stretched your legs just a bit there, and man, you were rock solid at running that low line, just right on that yellow line, Jeff. Um, got a little dicey there toward the end. We could have sworn Bill Yarborough was going to have to do something, but I guess he just couldn't find a way to get by you. So great job of driving out front, Jeff, and another satisfying win, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of fun. I think running the chicken run the other night helped. I led most laps that night and kind of lost it there at the end to Sam. But yeah, once I got out front, that was just my plan to stay out there and had solid pit stops all night, which helped. I think we got 3 wide there one time during the race. That was exciting, but
Yeah, it was.
good race. I'm not a short track racer, but I tell you what, that track, man, it just feels good to get on it and drive it. And man, it's just awesome. I know I had a lot of hungry guys behind me. I just had one eye in the mirror and one eye on the track, and you know, thankful to hold them guys off. Man, I'm sitting here sweating.
Well, that's what I was telling the viewers that we know what an awesome super speedway driver you are. The best in this league, in my opinion. But to see your game expanding, and this is on the verge of a short track, and you're kind of like me, which that's probably not our best suit, and but you really dominated. I mean, you're just expanding your game. Big time win gets like you said, sweating some heavy competition behind you.
Yeah, absolutely, Jeff. That was just a real hard fought, clean, professional drive at the front there. Very impressive to watch. And what was also impressive, Milty, that 40 car, Jim Christopherson. Jim, welcome to FSB Racing, Jim. Friday nights, and top 3 get the move up to the booth and talk it out and tell us about your race, Jim, and give us a little background there.
Well, thanks, Greg, and good race, Jeff. Awesome race. I want to give a shout out to my team members, Bill and Scott. Scott had some tough times early on, didn't get to finish, but I had an up and down race, up and down. I mean, I tried the 2-tire pit stop early on, got blown by about 8 cars, realized that wasn't the way to go, and then after that, I just had to work my way back up.
Yeah, some great racing there. We were really admiring the paint job as well, and
Old school.
yeah, we were really enjoy watching your race there, Jim, and hope to see you up front for many more races. And I'm sure Jeff saw you there in the rearview mirror, wondering maybe you were going to make a run at him.
Well, thanks, Greg. I mean, this is an awesome place to race. I love FSB. I just like the format, and the guys I was racing with tonight, man, they're all Pro Cup guys, so it's fun to drive with those guys. Had a great time.
Well, and we seen how you managed. You took a little chance there, and but how you made those 2 tires work good enough, and then stayed in that top 5, and then you pretty much knew you were going to get another caution there, and you're really racing for it there. It must have been hard though with the air on the nose for the leader. Very hard to change lines. Pretty much had to hope he would make a mistake at that point.
Yeah, exactly, and the likelihood of that was low. So I just was trying to run my line, not make any mistakes, and not give a position away. But I was pretty happy with the top 5 for sure.
So obviously you've been doing this for years. Other leagues you've raced in and stuff. Give us a little background there, so we can get to know you a little bit.
Well, I mean, I've been online racing since about 2003 when the game came out, but I didn't really get into it seriously for a couple of years, and then I did find a real good fixed setup league to run. I did that for 4 or 5 years, then got busy with other things, and now I've just come back to it after about 4 years off. So still got that thrill. You know, your heart starts pumping like the first time you race this
Yeah,
game. And It's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and that's the story of a lot of guys. You know, you got to do life, and but and that's and we're here, and we're glad to have you, and great finish. Congratulations on the podium.
Thanks, Milt. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, Milty, another race in the books here in the Winston Cup Series. Another great race. Was checking the points here while you were chatting. We haven't an update yet, but Jeff Hale was our leader going into the race, Milty. So I can tell you probably
Yeah, he's gonna be
with
leading
one thing
going out.
certainty, he will be the leader when all the points are re-added. He had just an 8-point lead on Mark DeSenza, who did take a slight hit there with falling back at the end, unfortunately for Mark there. Got on the outside of Ken Shea. There was a little door contact. Mark got the worst of it, and I think he got about a 12th, 13th place finish. So that will definitely have some standings impact. And then there was the three-way tie for third, Milty, with Pops, Rick, and Webb. And we saw Webb with the last place finish, unfortunately. So another hit in the points there. Pops also did not get the finish he was hoping for, but Rick did with the top 10. So we may see Rick diving into third place here in the points.
Yeah, I think that's what Biscarno does, and how he's developed himself into a solid top 10 driver, and just managing his races very well. And that's gonna, this is race 5 of 20, so we got 3/4 of this bad boy left, so gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so a long ways to go, but just 34 points separating the top 10 going into the race. Very tight. In fact, probably the tightest series. In fact, it is the closest racing of any series, 5 races in, Milty. So that's what Winston Cup Friday nights are all about right there.
Well, I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in it. Nobody doesn't really know yet, but I'm taking a week off first week of September, so I'm gonna miss a whole week of racing. So that's definitely gonna tighten up. So I'm trying to pat my lead a little bit, so I know I'm gonna fall back, once I'm out on vacation. But I'll definitely be back. And also want to congratulate Jim on a great run tonight. Been watching him past few races. He's a heck of a driver, and he's somebody to look out for.
Well, there we go, Milty. Some breaking news here on the wrap-up show. Jeff Hale, our Winston Cup points leader, in fact, extending his lead tonight with a big win, is going to be missing a race. So that definitely is going to tighten up these points at the top for sure.
Well, that's usually how it goes. I mean, people have to do life, and the 20 race seasons, that's 20 weeks. I mean, you have to have a real life.
You have to be you have to be like me, Milty.
You can't tell
Just
your
have no
wife,
life, and
we're going on vacation. Well, I got a race, honey. I don't think that's gonna fly.
Yeah, the key.
So that's usually what decides it.
Really, the key is you either got to be a young punk, or you got to be like me. Dump the wife. Get the girlfriend and sock her away somewhere where you can call on her when need be, and leave it at that.
Well, okay, I never thought of it that way, but I'm just old, so my wife's just like, I could be in a bar, or I could be in trouble, so he's at home, he's doing this. So.
Right, and you could also have the frying pan upside your head, too, and...
Absolutely, yeah.
Obviously, you choose not the frying pan route. That's a good one. All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap it up tonight. Another great race here at the Rock. Looking forward into this series, Milty. Just a quick check of the tracks. Next week we're at Boston, and again, Milty, a short track. Fast track, almost like a mini super speedway. So that's going to be a lot of action. And then we go to Kansas and Michigan. Open up just a little there with the 1.5 and the 2-mile tracks, and back to basically the speedway racing that we're accustomed to in this series.
Well, these are deciding races. Everyone matters, and you know, and everybody's got their own agenda. You know, they want to win races, or if they're going to run for a championship, and it's a huge commitment. And we'll just have to see how it unfolds. You know.
Yeah, and of course, part of the Winston Cup Series, Milty, is the All-Star race, which is coming up in about 4 or 5 races as well. There's the Charlotte All-Star race that we run. Then looking forward to the second half of the season, Milty, just quickly going through the tracks. Of course, Hillside looms big there, and we know Hillside is always a wild card type track, another fast, short track. We're going to go to Indy, I think for maybe the first time in these Winston Cup cars. I don't know if I've seen an Indianapolis revamped 2010 track for these Winston Cup cars, so that's going to be an interesting
A
race.
new track record.
And then we're finishing up with a night race at Kentucky, a night race in California, and of course our traditional ending race, Milty, Texas World.
Stay tuned. We're going to try to hit these broadcasts every week we can.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Just like everybody else. Sometimes life gets in the way, but we do what we can do, and it's a privilege.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
You want to
And,
get it? You want to get in on this? FSBRacing.com. You can start from the bottom. All you need is a computer. We can get you from there, and come through the ranks and learn how to race, simulate race, and we still, invite new guys, and let's get it on.
Absolutely. Again, Jeff, great win yet again. Great seeing you win on a tough track there. That's nice to see you do that. Bill Yarbrough with a great run there, Milty, and of course Jim Christopherson. Great finish, great run. Always good to see some fresh blood at the top here to mix it up with these veterans, and look forward to more of that as well, Milty, as the season continues. It's where it is, FSBRacing.com, 6 nights a week.
7 nights a week.
Yeah, going on 7 nights if we count the iRacing now. We're all over the place, Milty. So check it out, FSBRacing.com. We're out.